What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. My name is Marcus. On this channel, I usually do reselling content, and every Tuesday night, I go live with a different guest. Usually, there's a guest on here. Sometimes there's not. Tonight, we got a really special treat. We got Rob, a junk monkey. I'm gonna bring him in and let him introduce himself to you guys and tell him a little bit about himself. What is going on, brother?
Hey Marcus, how are you, brother?
Pretty good, man. Appreciate your time and coming out and hanging out with me for a little bit, getting to know you. I'm
My
a
pleasure.
I'm gonna give you a moment to introduce yourself, if you don't mind.
All right, everybody, my name is Rob. I am a reseller and I've been on eBay for 25 years thereabouts. Super niche until the shutdown started happening. And then I started general reselling like everybody you see on YouTube. And in the last 3 years, I've went to from making a few thousand extra dollars every year to making, well, six figures before
Nice.
taxes and fees and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy ride these last 3 years.
Yeah, you could say that again. I've only been doing reselling for a year full time now, so it's definitely a whirlwind experience. I can definitely agree with you there. You said you sell everything, so what's your favorite thing to sell?
Man, I like finding the weird stuff, the stuff that you don't see in YouTube videos. I like finding
Right.
the stuff that's not a bolo on everybody's list. For instance,
Hmm.
a couple of days ago, the wife and I stopped by the Habitat for Humanity Restore, and
I
I
love that
always look
store.
through there every once in a while. I find stuff, and I found this thing.
I have no idea what we're looking at. Uh-oh,
This
you
is a
froze. There you go.
vintage tool for working on car engines. Did I freeze?
Okay. You're back now.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
I would have thought that
That's
was like some antique fishing reel or something.
I didn't know what it was. It was cool. I saw Made in USA on it, and
Yeah.
it had this paper on it. So I pulled the paper and unfolded it, and it's
Hmm.
got a diagram and some numbers and letters. Anyway, I comped it out. It's worth 85 to $100. I paid $3 for it.
Wow. So
And
it's worth
you've never
85
seen
to
that in a
100.
YouTube video.
It's worth that much now, or that's what it was worth when it was brand new?
No, that's what it sells for now. There's
Oh, that's pretty
three or
cool.
four listed and seven or eight sold. So
Okay. Well, let's catch up on this chat real fast and then we'll get to chopping it up. Trash to cash, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. I think you're next week's guest, right? I know you're coming up real soon. Hillary Murphy, what's going on, Hillary? Bobby loves to thrift. That's a new name. What's going on? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Tiffany Gibby's girls, hello. Nice to meet you, Junk Monkey. Nita J, what's going on, Nita J? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Reselling before smartphones. Yeah, I know nothing about that. I'm too I'm too new to the game for that. 100%. Ed, what's going on, brother? He said, "What's up? What's up?" I see that. I see the face of Junk Monkey. LOL. Yeah, I guess a lot of people, if they don't follow you, don't know what you look like if they don't follow you on Instagram or YouTube. Currently listing while watching the live. Thanks, man. Appreciate your support. I'm ready next week. Yeah, I thought you were next week. And that's you saying howdy to everyone. So you've been super niche for a long time, and then you kind of broaden your horizons. What were you niche down on when you first were, well, before COVID, I guess?
my niche for a couple of decades has been antique, vintage, and luxury watches. I am a
Okay.
watchmaker by trade. That's what I still do for a living.
Okay.
During the shutdowns, we cut our hours way back, and to this day, we've never extended our hours back to regular hours. So I work
Hmm.
4 days a week, about 4 or 5 hours each one of those days. It's right in the middle of my day. I actually make
Okay.
more money reselling on eBay nowadays than I do repairing old Rolexes.
I could believe it.
Yeah. Well, the
Uh,
thing is, they don't know it yet, but October the 1st, 2023,
mhm.
I'm retired.
So you're working for another company, or you work for
Yeah,
yourself, or
I work for myself. I'm a independent contractor
independent
working out
contractor?
of a repair shop.
Okay.
I'm their master Rolex watchmaker, and uh, dealing with
Rolex
the public,
watchmaker. That sounds exquisite, my friend.
it
It
sounds
does.
that way.
It's
I
got a
work
nice
on a
ring
million
to it.
dollars worth of watches a year, and I barely pay my bills with it.
That's
So
crazy, man. Like you would think though, with a name that has that much weight behind it, that you would be like raking in the dough doing anything involved with it.
yeah, you would think, but in the watch and jewelry industry, the people who make the big money are the
Yeah,
people out on the sales floor because they get a commission.
that makes sense.
So
That
the more
makes
they
perfect sense.
sell, the more money they make, and everybody in the back has to work even harder to support them, but they don't get paid
Yeah,
any more money.
that's kind of like
So, reselling is
that's
one of those things where one of the few jobs where the harder you work, the more money
the more
you
you
make
get.
and
Yeah,
you keep.
that's definitely the one thing that I do love about eBay. Before I did do eBay, I was trying a bunch of different things, and like my girlfriend will tell you, I tried Shopify, I tried drop shipping, I tried all types of different things, and sneaker reselling, and eBay was finally the one thing that I was able to pour enough gas on to where I started gaining traction. So you do get what you put in with it.
For
Uh,
years, it never occurred to me to resell in
yeah,
general. But I always knew that anytime I needed anything, I could get on eBay and find it. And every great
yeah,
once in a while, like my daughter would outgrow a video game, I'd throw it online and sell it.
yeah,
But it
yeah.
never occurred to me to go thrift or yard selling or whatever, find those
Right.
things on purpose
Me
and bring them
neither.
home and sell them.
I had no idea that even existed for decades. And then finally I heard somebody say reselling, but I just heard the term and I didn't really understand the gravity of it. Like I didn't understand that there could be seriously like legit money made by being a
Yeah,
reseller. So I thought it was like a person going and buying a thing or two and then selling it and making like 10 bucks. I'm like,
yeah.
that ain't no way to make no cash.
Well, a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff that we buy off of eBay, I always thought, that's just somebody, instead of having a yard sale, they're just selling
Yeah.
their stuff online.
Right, right.
I thought the big sellers were people like me. You find a few watches and you throw them up for sale, or you
Yeah.
go to every big show there is and you buy up everything, polish it up a little
Yeah.
bit, throw it on eBay, and make a profit.
Right. My, how the times have changed, huh?
Yeah,
Hillary says she's going to date herself selling on eBay when it was only auctions and you had to wait for
yeah,
the buyer to send you a check in the mail and then for the check to clear the bank before shipping. That sounds like a nightmare.
yeah. I did it that
Trash
way.
Cast says congratulations on retirement.
Thank you.
Philly Flipper says, who let Kyle loose on YouTube? We were
And
talking
there he
about you
is.
before we went live, Paul, how you called him Kyle because you couldn't remember his name was Rob. Are you still planning on reselling after you
Did you
retire?
freeze or
That's
did I
a
freeze?
It's probably me, man. Am I back?
Yeah. You're good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, let's rock it out then.
But yeah,
Uh,
that's the reason I am retiring. I'm not fully retiring. I'm going to set up a shop here at the house. Just going to work on a few watches here and there to keep my fingers on it. And I'll
right,
devote the
right.
most of my time to reselling.
That sounds like a plan to me, man. Work the job that you love
Yeah. Well, I used to love working on watches.
till you found it, till you saw the light, huh?
No, I still love working on the watches. What I
Right.
don't love is dealing with the customers.
Okay.
The
I can
two,
see that.
the two statements I hate the worst. One of them's a question. Can't you just? Which
Mm,
means I don't want to spend that much money. What can you do to
right.
make it cheaper?
Cut a
You're working
corner.
on a Rolex watch. You either do the job right or you don't do the job.
Right, right. That makes
The other
sense.
one is all I want is, well, take it somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or my absolute
You
favorite of all time, I'm leaving town in 3 days. Can you have it done by then? I'm like, well, what about the 400 other jobs I got sitting on my bench? They've been waiting for weeks.
right. Yeah.
So, I don't have to deal with all of that with eBay.
I mean, you still got, it's ups and downs on eBay,
Oh, yeah.
customer service can be somewhat of a pain, but I imagine it's nothing like that.
Yeah. Most of the
Um,
stuff that I sell anyway, I buy it cheap. If I
yeah.
run into a problem, I just automatically refund them, nip the problem in the bud. And,
Yeah. I
if I
can
don't
see
like the
that.
way it went, I just block them. I don't have to deal with them again.
Right, right. That is the beauty of an online business. I agree with you there. Ed says sometimes I work a lot less on reselling and it makes me more money than my full-time job. That, that's definitely the case with a lot of people,
Yeah.
honestly. Steve, Missouri Outdoors and Reviews. Yo, yo, what's going on, my friend? D, Major Hustle says, hello. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks, my friend. A&T Discounts. Hello, everyone. Wash hands. That sounds like a new name. If I met you before, I'm sorry I don't remember, but thank you for coming and hanging out. And wash your hands. When did eBay become so dependent on an algorithm? I feel like the algorithm was not a big deal 5 years ago. Well, Rob, was it a big deal 5 years ago?
Uh, Not really.
Not really.
No, it's working on watches has always been a big deal.
Hmm.
For me, selling on eBay has always been a big deal, but I was selling very high end items and a couple of dozen of them at a time. But I would treat both businesses with equal amounts of respect, you know.
Right. That makes sense.
So it's in a sense, it's not a big deal because that's just the way I've always done it.
Right. You ever parted any Rolex parts out on eBay?
Oh yeah.
You made a lot of money that way, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, most of the time with Rolex parts, I stockpile those because they are getting way hard to find.
Okay, that makes sense.
But occasionally I'll get a hold of something that is so rare. It's a watch that I'm probably never going to see. And if I did see it, I wouldn't work on it to begin with.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
just keep
huge
it.
risk to take a watch apart,
Mm,
especially something you can't get parts for. If I can't readily get parts for something, I'd rather not work on it.
right. So, do you have a collection, like a personal
Oh,
Rolex
God, yes.
collection? That'd
Yeah.
be something interesting to like do a live stream or a video on sometime. I'm not really like a watch person, but I'd watch that content. That's for sure.
Yeah. But working on a watch, man, it would be the top of my head while I'm wearing this big headband magnifier and my hands because it's
Yeah,
all happening right here under my nose.
little tiny tools. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I had a fake Rolex in high school.
yeah. I I get handed those almost on a daily basis. 9 times out of 10, I'll tell them it's fake before they hand it to me. They get
Yeah,
confused. I go ahead and take it, and I look at it, say, "Yeah, it's fake," and hand it back. And they're
yeah.
like, "How can you tell?" Well,
This
35
is what
years
I
of
do.
doing this.
Yeah, I know. I had a fake Gucci watch.
Yeah.
I had to take it to a watch like local jewelry store and
Hmm.
have them look at it because everything that I could Google and find out was pointing to the fact that it was fake. But I just
Yeah.
needed I needed an affirmative, yes, this is fake. So I took it there, found out it was fake, and it's been sitting in a backpack ever since. I think it's
Yeah.
time to throw it away. That name Kyle
It's
stuck though.
actually
Many
illegal
people
to sell them.
still call him that. Yeah, I know it's illegal to sell anything that's a replica or a fake,
Yeah.
which
Some
is one of the
replicas,
reasons
if they're,
why.
yeah, some
What's the,
replicas are kind of okay, depending on what it
like
is.
what? Tell me which kind.
Well, like you have number one, you have to be upfront about them being replicas, but like replica arrowheads, like Stone Age
Okay,
arrowheads,
right.
you can say, "I made this." You know, it's a real arrowhead. It's just not an old arrowhead.
Gotcha. Okay, see that makes sense. But like you can't sell like a fake Chanel bag passing it
Oh
off as a
no,
real bag. Like that's
no,
super illegal.
no.
Yeah.
You see, you're not selling the item at that point. You're selling the name,
The name, right,
and
right.
that
That makes
name is
sense.
protected. And
Yeah.
so,
Especially
anytime you
that
try,
one.
yeah, that a company can reintroduce a design that they had years ago,
Yeah.
and it's a re-release. So
Mhm.
it's may be a replica, but it's made by the same company. So
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's not the same
just a minute.
as
Hmm,
hey
sorry,
Miss Q. Ed
little
says he
Miss
still
Q,
hasn't
where
done
in
it.
the world have you been?
That's what I said. She jumped off the face of the planet for a
I
while there.
know it. Last
Uh
week when I was trying to figure out how to do the stream, and when I
mhm.
went back and looked, she had commented or thumbed up or something. I'm like, I can't believe I missed little Miss Q. That's
Yeah. Ed says he has another 34 years till he can retire. Just go all in now, Ed. Go ahead and just throw in the towel, man. I think
don't
whatnot will
retire, shift
become.
gears.
Yeah, yeah.
You retire,
Shit.
that gives you an excuse to sit around and do nothing. Shift
Yeah, you
gears and
don't
do
want to do
something
that.
else.
Trash Cash says, I think that's what Whatnot will become. Once estate sale companies figure it out, there will be less and less garage sales and estate sales. People think Goodwill selling online was a blow to the industry. Well, we are kind of facing these types of scenarios. Things are going to
Yeah.
get lesser.
I
They're going
don't
to get
think
harder to
Whatnot's
find.
gonna do that.
I don't think Whatnot's going to. I can't say they're
High
not going to
bid is
last
already.
forever, but
Yeah, there are so many estate sellers who have turned to high bid. Back in the
yeah,
old days, man, an estate seller at the end of the estate, you could go in and buy a truckload of stuff for $50, 100 bucks,
yeah,
because they had to liquidate it. Now
yep,
they're taking that stuff that's left over and they're putting it on high bid. And a lot of them
mm,
have stopped even having open estate sales. They just put everything on
right,
high bid.
yep,
So Whatnot's come along and now they can do it via live video feed.
hmm
But the problem is, unless you're going to go live 24/7, you're
which I don't
missing
think you can.
90% of your customers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a limit on how many lives or how many hours a day that you can go live currently. I mean, they'll probably,
Right?
get that figured out later on down the line. But the thing is, though, man, is at the end of the day, there's still so much trash. There's still so much junk. There's still so much clothing. There's still so many items.
Yeah.
Not all of it's going to get online.
Right.
Someone down the street's going to be selling some stuff and they don't want to
Mhm.
pay taxes on it. So, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's
Yeah.
always going to be stuff available.
But last year they come up with the $600 thing,
Right.
which went into effect this year.
Yeah.
So this spring, when everybody starts getting hit up by the IRS, hey, where's our money?
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of people, I believe, going to
Right.
drop out of reselling.
I think so too. That's what my girlfriend was saying that about a lot of people that when they start having to pay those fees, they're not going to be feeling that one bit.
Yeah.
And that's when I'll come in and I'll buy up all their death piles. I'll buy your eBay store. Sell it to me.
Yeah.
Uh Bearded Poke Tuber says like working on an expensive card that's on your wrist. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Except for it's easier
Uh
to get the parts for the car.
right, right.
I'm working on a vintage, extremely rare and sought after Rolex right now. And the crown, which is the winding knob,
Mhm.
needs to be replaced. And the only one available for sale online anywhere in the world right now is in Turkey. And the guy wants $1,500 for it,
Wow.
for one part,
Just for the knob,
just for the knob.
but that completes the piece, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
kind of
not
need
sending
that.
$1,500 through eBay to,
Uh-oh. Are you there?
risk
Okay,
his money. Are we here?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're back.
Yep.
Uh, sorry, I just sold something trying to see what it is. Untuck it, button up shirt. What's up, ATL Flippers? What's going on, man? Beat up. Thanks for the knowledge
ATL
about the
flippers.
bins. Going for the first time in a couple of days. Hey, good luck, Beat Up. I'm glad that the content is helping you learn something. You got any questions? Just message me. I'll help you out as best I can. Yeah, little Miss Q, where you been? Oh man, I'm way far behind. Tommy, what's going
Just know
on?
a real
Polo
reseller.
Ralph Lauren watches, hidden gold mines, Rolex money. What about
No,
Polo
not
Ralph
really.
Lauren watches? Not really. Okay, he's yanking my chain. Replica isn't quite the same as bootleg replicas are usually very upfront about when, how they're made. Bootlegs are deliberately made to deceive. I did find
Yeah.
a pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans that literally said bootleg on the label, so I mean they were pretty upfront about it. Oh, this is what happened with Lil Miss Q. She said her granddaughter had to take priority for a bit. Getting back to it, y'all. Well, hey, family first. Eventually, the marketplace will do
Absolutely.
what Whatnot is doing. Posh is already doing it, and eBay is experimenting with it. Yeah, I've heard about that. Uh, I don't know how it's going. I heard that some people said that they feel like their eBay sales were slow due to Poshmark doing live streams. But me personally, I don't see that being a possibility. Poshmark isn't. I mean, it's big enough to where like people are making money off it, but it's not big enough to where it's going to steal some traffic from eBay for a live show. Dollar Tree buying Whatnot. Yeah, right. I've been supporting y'all silently, but still watching, or been I can't read, but still been watching. There's no limit On how long you can be live, Whatnot said so at the Reseller remix. I think they said someone was live for 2 days straight with employees, of course. That's crazy. 2 days?
Was
Well, there you
that
go.
Chris the
High bid it up.
yeah, Chris the guy who got banned for life from eBay? He
No.
runs like 8 hours a day, I think.
But see, he's got other streamers that stream for him though too.
Right.
So I don't
Oh,
know. I'll
okay.
ask him tomorrow. I'm a part of his mentorship. I'll ask him what the longest
Oh,
he's ever been
okay.
live for, but I don't think he said that. I don't think it was him. If it was, he didn't say anything about it this morning. Mind blown. Yeah.
Hmm.
Go hard at the bends. Show no weakness. LOL. It's like the prison yard. Got to punch somebody in the face first day. Just kidding, but not really. And you do got to be assertive. It's the little old ladies you got to watch out for. They're vicious, man.
Yeah. And the people who pretend like
AT,
they can't speak English, but you heard them talking English 2 minutes
right.
ago.
Yep. We got a lot of different demographics at the bins we go to. We got Hispanics, we got Bosnians, we got Africans, we got of course we got white and black people, but the the demographic is so vast, man. It's a lot of different nationalities in there, and a lot of them are shipping it across seas to
Yeah.
Bosnia, to Africa, to Mexico, to the Dominican Republic. I know they're making a killing doing that too. They're there
I don't
every
doubt
day.
it. Good. One of
I
the
don't really
crazy things that
think
I send overseas a lot is like Chick-fil-A hats or McDonald's hats or any kind of
so.
fast food chain. If I
Yeah,
find a shirt or a hat with their name
yeah.
on it, it almost sells immediately.
I have great luck with fast food anything.
Right?
Just the other day I sold a Taco Bell shirt, and then I sold a Subway shirt, and then I think I also sold one other fast food item in the same day. But anytime I see them, I pick them up. And at first, I didn't think that it would be a smart pickup, but flip the world. I saw him picking them up at the bins, and
Yeah.
it was a batch of like Sonic employee hats, and he was like,
Yeah.
it was like two giant sleeves of them. He's like, I'm gonna save
Oh
one and
man.
leave the other one for someone else, but these all go for $20 a piece, and I'm like, just mind blown. So I
Yeah.
started
I
testing the
don't.
waters, and it
You know what?
sells.
It's every man for himself at the bins. If I found two sleeves full of those hats, both of
Brand
them
new,
coming home with me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Man, I
you
found
know,
a brand new in the box Black and Decker
mhm.
Space Saver can opener last week at the
Wow,
bins.
that's
Threw it
crazy.
up online. It was up 2 3 days. Sold it for $100.
I know you did.
Oh, you remember last
Yeah,
week I was telling you about the Harry Potter cardigan sweater that I found.
yeah.
Yeah, you told me they 30 35 bucks.
Mhm.
I was like, well, I put it up for 45 just to see what happened. It sold last
Yeah,
night for $45.
there you go. That's what's up, man. Congratulations. Yeah, people love the Harry Potter stuff. A&T Discount says, I don't really think Whatnot will be relevant in the next 5 years. I think eBay will optimize into something way better. I think they will. eBay will take it and put their, spin on it because Whatnot's the wild, wild west right now. So, uh, anything goes there. Hey, I used to do that too. No habla. I swear it's always the old ladies trying to get my shoe pickups for my wagon at the flea market. They always use the old lady excuse. I had to cuss one out one time because she tried to get from my bag. Hey, they definitely act vicious.
We have a little old lady at our bins. She
Hmm.
comes in with the face mask, the full face shield, rubber gloves, and she'll walk up on you and start telling you you need the social distance.
Come on now.
Yeah, I tell you, you social distance your butt over there. I was here
Man.
first.
Love Thug says about ready to upgrade from working at home to a storage unit. Any advice? So are you going to do your listing and whole processes in the storage unit? Because if you are, you're going to need Wi-Fi. You're going to need multiple
I think we both have
plugins.
a weak feed.
Uh-oh. Maybe you're still frozen. Am I frozen on your end? Uh-oh. I don't know if it's me or not, guys. I'm assuming that I might be good to go still, so I'm gonna
Oh,
just keep talking.
I'm
Um,
good to go, but you're still frozen. Oh, there you are.
okay, yeah, you're good too. So yeah, Get you outlets. Make sure you got Wi-Fi.
Hey, Love Thug.
Are you there?
You should already have a storage unit. Keep your large. I'm here. You still look for?
Yeah,
Are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah. Anyway, I was telling Love Thug he should already have a storage unit. Keep your large items and your back stock of supplies, shipping supplies there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Uh for me, you know, I used to temporarily work out of a
Mm,
storage unit. One of the things that I did notice while I was there working out of the storage unit was doing like the listing from my computer was not the fastest because I had to use my Wi-Fi of my
man,
hotspot. So when it came to uploading
we
my
having solar
photos to the
flares or
listing,
something?
solar flares is I don't know. It's not me. My girlfriend says it's all you. She said you're the one freezing. I don't know. How are you connected? Are you connected with hotspot or are you wired in? Uh-oh. Maybe he's gonna try to come back in. We'll see what happens. So yeah, just make sure you got a lot of data or a good Wi-Fi connection. Get you a Wi-Fi extender and get you some shelves. Definitely get you some shelves. Who went and got those McDonald's Halloween buckets today? I didn't even know anything about this. Was it oh, you mean like for when we were kids, the glow in the dark joints? Man, those were cool. My first experience at the band's not knowing how sticky fingers people get had someone a nice pair of Adidas sneakers from my stash, had only looked away for less than 5 minutes. That's happened to me before. Somebody stole a pair of brand new Miss Me jeans out of my cart. But I'm the dummy that left them on the top, you know, where you put your kid at. I'm the one that left them there on the top, not covered up by anything. So it's kind of my fault. When I was in Tokyo, there was a store with just American sports apparel that was marked way up. I can believe that. Tokyo, you know, they got a resale market, but since you know it's American stuff, they're gonna price it up because those are bangers to them. What the heck's going on here? Uh, my wife bought one of those sweaters at Harry Potter World. You need to get it from her and sell it. Oh, it's $80 brand new. So 45 is pretty good. Harry Potter is selling right now because the actor who played Hagrid died 2 days ago. Get out of here, really? What'd he die from? Hmm. You're good, Marcus. So I think it was just Rob. Junk Monkey is frozen. Marcus, you're good. All right, thanks, guys. I'm pretty far behind. Let me get caught up. So I think we have a weak feed. Kyle got that reseller internet package. Yeah, he's using that 3G. Need to get that 6G. Uh-oh, we lost the monkey. Hopefully he'll come back. Marcus, you good on my end? Okay, so it's not my connection. I thought I had pretty good internet here. Yeah, they just brought them back for the first time since the 80s. I'm about to see what's good. Gonna buy even every homeless person I see outside one and keep the bucket. Yeah, man. I remember I had the ghost one, the white ghost one. Man, I loved that when I was a kid, dude. Man, you bring back nostalgia for real. It's it's never your fault when someone else takes stuff they know someone else is shaking my head. Yeah, that's the thing about the bands, man. Sometimes you just got those types of people that, you know, don't have any etiquette, don't have any respect for what you're trying to do, and they're just greedy. But you can't let that ruin it for you. Out of all my time going to the bands, I've been going for about 2 years now. That's the only time someone's ever stole from me. Welcome
All
back,
right.
man.
And I tried switching over to my other internet channel.
Okay, it didn't work.
I guess we're having solar flares or something right now.
Well, we'll just go ahead and stick it out and just be patient. And I'll just hold the show down if you glitch up, you know, and when you come back, we'll be all good. Um, Not sure what he died from, but that's why Harry Potter is selling. So while you were gone, we figured out why your Harry Potter shirt sold or sweater
Uh,
sold. The guy Hagrid from Harry Potter just
right.
died 2 days ago.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, and Steve from Missouri Resale or Missouri Outdoors says that those sweaters go for $80 brand new. So that also has something to do with why they
Yeah.
sold for $45.
Well, this thing was, if I remember right, it was a 4X
Big
Ravenclaw.
size.
So
Nice.
somebody that wants to cosplay as Hagrid needed that
Yep.
sweater.
or Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween season is here, so
Just joined. Hey from Colorado. Hey, Holly. Hello, Lolly. Hi, Lolly. The Tommy Bernard. Okay, he's using consumer cellular. Oh man, that's hilarious.
no, I have a
So
daughter who lives at home who's a major gamer and she eats up the bandwidth.
I can believe that. I definitely can believe that. So you on your Instagram, you had um a pair of Justin boots you were cleaning up. Now,
Yeah.
first of all, that little short clip taught me a lot about boots that I did not know. Um, I just picked well, I didn't just pick up, I just sold a pair of Nakona Western boots, the pointy
Mhm.
toe, and on the bottom there was like a nail or a screw or something going through the bottom of them. It didn't go through the sole, but
Right.
I had them listed for like 50 bucks, and then I kept getting really low offers. Finally, I asked, like, why am I getting such low offers? Because I want to know why things sell and why they don't sell. And they said that um it's gonna cost $30, I think they said, to get the boots resold. So
Half sold.
half sold.
Yeah. You're not getting if you got a cobbler who's doing $30 complete soles, you need to find another cobbler.
Okay, well maybe they were just doing the one. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know, but normally you wouldn't resole just one boot or the other. You'd do both.
I guess that
The
makes
thing is,
sense.
these days, competent cobblers are about like watchmakers. They're hard to find and they're not cheap.
Hang on, man. Yo, I'm live, bro. All right, let me do it. That was my brother, guys. Sorry about that.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, so I guess I ended up selling them for 20. I think I made like $10 off shipping somehow. I don't know how that
yeah.
happened, but it was all right. I only paid $3 for them.
It's that's like if you're going to get the top dollar for a pair of leather boots or dress shoes, they got to
Mhm.
have good soles. If they don't have good soles, don't even pick them up unless they're
Well,
like shell cordovan or something.
I've sold some pretty good, I've sold some pretty trashed boots, I mean, in my day,
Mhm.
but they were never like Western boots. They were all work boots, like construction boots,
Right.
Irish setters, Red
Yeah.
Wings, Carolinas, things like that.
Yeah.
As far as when it comes to like Western boots, I do try to make sure those are in pretty good condition because I know that's like, it's also a work thing, but it's also a fashion thing. And
Yeah.
guys like to flex in them and look good in them. So I
Yeah.
know I'm not gonna buy a pair of busted up tennis shoes and walk out trying to look good in them. You know, it's just not how it works.
There's a brand out there that their shoes sell new looking like they're trashed.
That's Balenciaga.
Yeah.
And that's one of the
That,
reasons why you see these kids out here nowadays with these shoes looking all scuffed up and beat up and all
yeah.
dirty. I literally asked the guy in line at the bins, I said, "Man, what's up with the dirty shoes look, man? Like, when did that become cool?" And he's like, "It's ever since Balenciaga's made it, popular." It's like, and he's like, the shirts with the tore up collar, with the like
Yeah.
distressed collars, like that's in fashion now. He said,
Yeah.
anything that looks raggedy is what we want.
Huh.
I got a lot of it for sale. Buy it off for me.
I got a bunch of old T-shirts over here in a drawer that I use to polish boots with. Come give me some
Yeah.
money for them.
Right, and they'll sell too. I actually just sold a pair of uh American Eagle. They were cargo pants. Somebody had cut the legs off them, turned them into cargo shorts. I just sold
Right?
yesterday for $50. They're and I'm talking about they were trashed, but
I, you know, girls cut off jeans, booty shorts.
mhm,
Man, I find those at the bins all the time, and they always sell,
yep, yep.
and they go
Uh,
first class. So
yeah, super light. Yep, and they're easy to list. I had a s- I had a singular bag phone in the 90s. I don't even know what that is, and I'm, a 90s generation kid, man. I didn't have my first cell phone until like 2002, 2003, and I had to pay
and I find those
$150 for phone minutes. That was crazy.
I find those bag phones all the time, and
What's a
every
bag
time I'm
phone?
thinking, man, this thing's got to be worth some money. I look it up. Nope,
It's not.
no. If there's one out there that's worth money, I haven't found it yet.
Uh, does anyone have creative ways they avoid stealing from their cart? Anything that they put on top, like a tarp or something, just grab a blanket, a sheet, or something like that, and put it over the top of your cart.
Or
Works
be
every
like me.
time.
You look at people like this. Don't touch my cart.
Yeah, I mean, look, all you gotta do is get a lazy eye like me, man, and just get all up in their face.
I did have somebody
I'm
do
trying to
that to
get
me once, though.
yeah.
They took a really nice, cool. It was an Energizer Bunny
Uh-huh.
baseball style head. He was the Energizer Bunny dressed up like the New York Yankees in the
Okay.
pinstripes, but it was
Yeah.
Energizer Bunny and it was vintage and it wasn't worth a lot of money.
But
Somebody
still
got out of my
looking
cart when
cool.
I
Yeah.
wasn't looking and put some just generic local
That's crazy, man.
construction company had in.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Uh Tiffany says your bro doesn't watch your live, obviously. See, the thing is he doesn't get to watch TV there, and he doesn't have a phone yet. I think I've told you guys before he's in like it's like a treatment, like rehab facility that runs the thrift store that he works at, which is how I have the plug on shoes. But he graduates the program at the end of the month and he'll be able to have his phone. So then he'll be able to watch the lives.
Awesome.
Let's see. James, what's going on, my friend? Good evening, one and all. How are sales going
James,
for you today, bro? Have you had to call eBay today? Love Red Wings. I love Red Wings too. So the Justin boots, when are you going to make the part two on that, or did you already get them
I was actually
taken
going to
care
do
of?
that today.
Yeah, I'm
I took the
interested in
day
that.
off because I had a company come out and take a tree out of my backyard.
Hmm.
And what was only supposed to take 2 hours ended up taking most of the day.
Oh wow. You should have called Tech and Sports, man. He owns a tree service. I don't know where you live at. What state do you live
I'm
in?
in Oregon.
Oh yeah, he's way far away from you. He's in Florida.
Yeah.
Work boots
I have
wear
a
differently than
chainsaw, but I'm
Western
too old to
boots.
climb trees.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want you climbing up no trees anyway, man. It's pretty dangerous. They got
Yeah.
straps and things and harnesses for all that.
Yeah.
Uh, Hillary says work boots wear differently than Western boots for sure. Work boots have more durable soles for obvious reasons. Yeah, of course.
Or they're
Let's
supposed to.
see. Good stuff. Yeah. Thanks. No problem, man. Cargo sales. Yeah, definitely. Especially the vintage stuff. Now, those American Eagle or those Abercrombie pants that I sold for 230 something dollars, those weren't even vintage and they sold. And the zipper on the leg was busted.
I
So
saw that.
and so I messaged the buyer and I'm like, hey, just want to make sure you read the description and you know that the zipper's busted. They're like, no, I didn't see it, but can it be repaired?
Is
I'm like,
that the one
yeah,
you had to overnight for them?
yeah. But you would think that if you're paying 200 something dollars for anything, you're going to read the description, you're going to look at the
Yeah.
pictures thoroughly. But no, they didn't. They weren't even aware that the zipper was busted out on them. But I told them in their message, I was like, with the $40 you saved using my store coupon, you can use that to get the pants repaired. And they were like, yeah, you're right. So win-win. Uh, I have hubby guard the cart. Nobody is interested in messing with him. There you go. That works. I try to keep my cart with me.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yep, yep.
I
Go
try to keep
go
one hand on
Patters.
my cart or the cart bumped up against my leg.
Yeah. Yeah, or like right beside me or right behind me. Usually
Yeah. Anybody
it's
moves or
right
gets
there.
close to me, I turn around and look at them.
Uh,
I don't take my eye off them until they get out of arm's
right.
reach.
Uh what's up, Darren? How you doing, brother? Just listed my US first print of Harry Potter. Been waiting for the new movie. Good luck on whoever just said that info in here. Figuring out as good as ever with the holidays about to hit. Yeah, that's definitely a good time to get it listed, especially because I didn't know that either. I think that was Ed that said that.
Yeah.
Not
I just
today.
found a
Go
DVD
ahead.
that I
Uh-huh.
didn't even know I had. But they got the
What?
new Halloween coming out.
Yeah,
Halloween
my girlfriend was
horror film.
telling me
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it, but I had a copy of Halloween the first movie.
Okay.
I don't know
Sealed?
that. And it went on sale because I've had it for over a year, so it sold for like
Hmm.
$3.
If that was factory sealed, it would have been
Oh
gone for
no, it
big
wasn't.
money.
Yeah, that was a DVD,
Uh
not a VHS.
oh yeah, you got a point. James says he has not had to call eBay today. That's good. He said not today, but the site has bottomed out at about 2 p.m. Have not had to call in about a week being it's been working for the majority of the day, thankfully. Yeah, that's good. Nope, I sold a ski jacket for 200 and specifically said in the listing that the inner liner was not included. First message I get, where's the liner? They never return, thankfully. How often do you have that happen to you that people don't read the description or look at
At
the
least once or
photos?
twice a week.
Man, that's it. I wish I had those problems. It happens every day, at least for me. I get at
Well,
least
I get
somebody
so many
asking
of
me,
them asking me stupid questions before. I'm like, did you look at the pictures? It's right there in the
yeah.
pictures, but here, I'll tell you anyway. And
Whenever someone
generally, after
asks
about the
me,
third or fourth question they ask, I'm blocking
mm,
them.
yeah, because you
Case
know
in
they're going to
point,
be
I just had to give
problematic.
a refund on a pair of 5.5 women's Converse shoes.
Hmm.
Asked me 40 questions, then wanted me to include the shoe trees. I'm like, no, man,
Yeah,
I
no,
need those.
yeah,
So I send them, and as soon as they get them, they want to send them back because just don't like them. Shipping
okay.
and all, I was out $20. But if I'd had them ship them back, I'd have been out close to $30.
So, do you pay for shipping, return shipping?
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where if they want to send it back to you, they're going to. They
Right.
will lie through their
They're going to
teeth, tell
force
you
it.
I
Yeah,
had,
yeah,
and eBay will force you to take. And so
yeah.
I just go with the flow. You know, I make a couple of grand a month easily or more
Off
in
shipping.
fees.
Yeah,
Well, not offshore. I'm not making it. I'm paying over a couple $1,000s a month in fees.
yeah.
So that little 10% discount on the fees by offering free returns,
Hmm.
it works for me. You
Right.
know,
I was just talking to my girlfriend about that the other day. I didn't look at a whole bunch of sales, but I looked at like 3 or 4 of them, and each one of those sales, I made like 50 cents off of, the 10% discount
right,
for offering free returns. So, let's say I get 1 return a day because I sell about 20-25 items a day. If I get
right.
1 return a day, fit let's just do the math. What's 50? I'm not good. So that's 50 times 25 is what? 12.50?
Yeah.
So that's $12.50. That pays for the 1 return. And usually it's going to be a first class item or it's going to be a priority flat rate envelope. Now, if they don't send it back priority flat rate envelope, it might be more. But so
Oh, wait till you
that,
get a return on a golf club or a bat because
yeah,
eBay ships them a priority mail label instead of a UPS ground label, and now they have
right.
that surcharge. So instead of paying $10 or $11 to get it shipped back to you, you're paying $30 in shipping for
Yeah,
returns.
that's crazy. That's when that change happened and they start charging whatever for anything over 22 inches long. That's the day I got out of the golf club game. I legit got on
Yeah.
eBay. I ended all my golf club listings and then I went and donated them. So I literally got them off my account. Didn't want no
I
more.
sold a $500 golf club recently, so I'm not out of the game, but I am a lot more selective in what I buy.
Okay, now to see you. Oh, hey, look, this guy right here, Jacob Ramos. He's in the facility with my brother. He said your brother Dustin and I tuned in. Hey, what's going on, bro? I heard you say what I we heard what you said about TC. Just giving a shout out. Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Tell my brother I said I love him. Y'all see that Halloween Betamax sold over 10K last I checked? No way, man. That's crazy. I don't even know where to get a Betamax from. Maybe someone would have it at a yard sale, but that's what those guys break their necks for in the media section at the Goodwill bins.
Yeah.
Where do you
I
go
think I have
source it?
a Betamax ET copy of ET around here somewhere.
That ain't going for much, man. ET,
No, but it's the Betamax.
right?
Not a VHS,
ET's
but
like
a
one of those
Betamax.
things, man. It's like Beanie Babies,
Yeah.
It's perceived
Were you
value is
around
not
when that
what it
craze
is.
first kicked off?
Yeah, I was. I was in like, I don't know, somewhere middle school,
I
8th
actually
grade, I
owned my
think.
own coin store, jewelry store, and watch repair store in East Texas back then.
Oh
And
yeah,
one of the bigger coin dealers down in Houston jumped on the Beanie Baby bandwagon.
right.
I'd be in there, and these women would be fighting themselves to pay $700 for a little bean bag.
Yeah, you
Like, y'all
tripping.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
Hiller
remember
said
the Cabbage
ET
Patch
phone
dolls,
home.
the same thing back in the mid '80s.
Man, I know when I signed my lease to this apartment that I live in, my landlord was like, "You sell on eBay?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I got a whole apartment full of these." They weren't even Beanie Babies; they were Beanie Bammers or
Uh,
Bambino Bammers. It was some like sports related version of Beanie Babies. So like
yeah,
instead of having like different names of like whatever the Beanie Babies were, it was different sports teams. And I was like, I hate to break it to you, like those things are not worth that much, and you got thousands of them. You want me to list them? I was like, I can show you how to do it, but I don't even have the space
yeah.
for all those, nor the time to put aside to list all those. and consigning them, I just wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't do
What's
consignments. I
I
learned a
was
long
about to
time
say,
ago
what's
that.
your experience with that?
Oh man, you see, I've had people try to get me to sell watches for them,
Hmm.
and then I start trying to explain fees and taxes to them, and they don't
Hmm.
understand. I'm like, well, let me cut through the chase. I'll consign it for you, but it's an 80/20. I
Yeah,
get the 80,
yeah.
and I
They
pay
ain't
all the
feeling that,
fees and
huh?
taxes out of the 80.
Yeah. So that sounds pretty, in my opinion, it sounds pretty fair because you're the one that's got to pay all the
Yeah,
fees. But yeah, Salvino's Bammers, that's exactly what they're called.
yeah,
Tiffany says she loves ET. So yeah, the Chris Daly refinement, he does everything 50-50 and still pays the fees and the taxes out of his end. But what he
he's working
does
on
is he
small
writes
margins but
all that,
large quantities.
he writes it off all as his cost of goods as well.
Right.
So all that goes towards his cost of goods, and still he's still making profit because, like you said, it's volume in large quantities. So I mean, for
Right.
him, it's worth it. But for the little guy like you and I'm not messing with it. And then people always seem to think that their stuff's worth more than what it really is. So like
Yeah.
you tell, oh, I got this vintage Barbie collection. I'm like, it's worth
Yeah.
$5, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, it's worth five
Oh,
thousand. I'm like, no.
I get it with watches every day. Somebody brings in
Really?
an old, what we call a dollar watch. They're like the West
Yeah,
Clocks Big Ben. Oh no, these are selling for $500 on eBay. I'm like, no,
yeah,
there may be
yeah.
one or two uninformed people, to say
Right.
politely, out there trying to sell it for 500, but they are
Yeah.
not getting it for. Or even when it is like an old antique Elgin pocket watch. Oh, one just
I
like
was
it
just
just
gonna
sold
say,
on eBay for blah blah blah. I'm like, no,
yeah,
it wasn't just like it. Oh yeah, it's same.
yeah,
Look, it's got the same dial. Said it's not the dial that matters, it's what's on the inside of the watch. That one
yeah,
that just sold for $1,200 had a 23 jewel movement in it. Yours is a 7
yeah,
jewel junker that they made millions and millions and millions of.
yeah. Mm. Them old birds would jump up on my UPS truck at red lights looking for beanies. Really? That's
Hmm.
crazy.
Tommy, the guy that
Um,
come in and took my tree out today, he's retired from UPS.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh, I've heard a lot of people that used to work for UPS. They said it's like so say you and I are both working on the same shift, but you're falling behind on your work then and I'm ready to get off for the day. I gotta go and help you do your work so it can all get done together. Which is fine. Don't get me wrong, no man left behind.
Yeah.
That's all good and everything. But I don't want to do someone's work that's slacking off just because they know that I'll come help
Right.
them. I feel some type of
Yeah.
way getting taken advantage of like that.
Yep. I've had that.
I've only
I've had that happen to me on welding jobs.
Yeah.
The supervisor's nephew's getting paid the same money as me, and he can't weld. Everything he touches, I had to go behind him and redo.
Dang, that's crazy. Uh, oops. Hillary says she's only done consignment for very close friends, and I make it clear that I'm taking money out for fees and taxes. As long as those guidelines are laid out, you know. Uh, yeah. So yeah, the part two on those that boot cleaning job, it's not going to be like a restoration. It's just cleaning, right? Simple cleaning.
No, I'm going to do a minor restoration on them, and it's not as
Okay.
hard as people would think. And it's just to the uppers. The only thing I'm doing to
Okay.
the soles and heels would be edge lining them, and I will be. I'm kind of busy the next few days, but by the weekend, I will have that series done, and I'll post them all at the same time.
Okay. Uh, my ex used to always tell people that I sold on eBay, and they always wanted me to sell it for them and always offering me a lower percentage. Had to tell them I already have too many things of my own. Hey, either way you got to do it, get out of doing it. Would you mind telling me about your bubble wrap holder hanging in the background? I need something like that for my basement. Yeah.
That is a piece of nylon webbing belt that I
Hmm.
found thrifting somewhere, and the pole through the middle is a broken broom handle.
Oh, nice. Pretty
So I
simple.
just threw it
Low
over a
cost, no
couple of
cost.
rafters and
Uh,
just put a couple of eye bolt screws in the ends of that thing, and one side's got a dog collar clip on it. So when it
Genius.
runs out, I unclip it from one side, slide the empty tube off, put the new roll on.
That's freaking smart, man. I need to do that for my packing paper that I get from I buy packing paper from the end rolls from the newspaper place. And
Right?
I need to give me one of those setups for that because I keep
Yeah.
the roll just standing on the floor and that's kind of annoying.
I have one of those vintage paper. things like Kevin Commonwealth does, where it's got
Hmm.
the little bullet spring bloated. I've got one of
Yeah.
those, and I ordered the wrong size roll of packing paper. It won't fit in
Oh
it. It's too
dang,
long.
that
So
sucks.
I got to work through that big ass roll of packing paper and then
And how
order the
big is
right
the
size.
roll?
I mean, that thing was huge. It
Pretty
was a
big, huh?
good 18-inch big around. I mean, it's a huge. I've been
That's
working on
gonna
it
take
for
you a while.
8 months, and I've got maybe half of it used.
Dang. Yeah. That's like me, man. I bought a 1,000 box of polymailers, and I thought I
Yeah,
was ordering the ones where you peel the adhesive off and fold the flap over. Turns out they didn't have any adhesive on it, so I had to tape them down with eBay tape. That kind of sucked. 1,000 of them, and I was like, all right, well, I'm all in.
yeah.
Might as well just go ahead and use them. I
You
could
know what?
offer to teach
There's
them
a
how to
lot of
do it.
ways
Nobody
people.
took me up on the offer. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One thing a lot of people overlook at the thrifts and bins is shipping supplies.
Yeah.
Man, when I'm at the bins, I put a big wad of rubber bands around my wrist and use it to tie up
Mm,
long like cords or whatever while I'm
sure.
there. But I take those things home with me. I
Yeah.
have found rolls of the brown packing paper, two, three
At the
bucks.
bins. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never
at the
found
bins
that.
or at the thrift store, and 1 gallon poly bags,
Yeah,
mailers. Anytime you see shipping supplies at the thrift, snag them.
definitely. I've gotten poly bags, the 10 by 13s, not at
Yeah,
the Goodwill bins, but at the Amazon return store. I got them there
right.
for two of them, 200 of them for, or maybe it's just a 100 pack. I don't know, but $2 can't beat that because right now I'm
No,
paying $18 for them,
yeah,
or maybe it's not 18, but it's
17 and
16 at
change.
least 17. Yeah,
I just
yeah,
ordered some last week, and it was 17 and change.
yeah. Just sold some jeans. Nice. Seven. Seven jeans. I think those might be the I don't know. Anyway, uh I always look for shipping supplies at the thrift, especially the bins. My bins let you have empty boxes for free, so I grab what I can. Nice. She said broom handle, old seatbelt, genius. Found the cool Wile E. Coyote vintage 1996. Love finding vintage hats. I actually just listed a couple of vintage hats today. Let me show you guys. As a matter of fact, these are pretty cool.
What you got?
So first up is this Illinois Power hat. A little loud
That looks
colorway on
very
there.
90s.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It screams my childhood. Then we got the NRA.
All right.
Bearded Poke Tuber told me this stuff's called scrambled egg.
Scrambled eggs.
Uh, Vintage K products made in the USA hat. And then we got this one, Tropicana Casino. It's unbranded, but it's still pretty cool. Trucker
Is that
hat.
the
That
foam front?
looks 70s. Yeah, it's got the foam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's 70s version. This is not vintage. Neither is this one. Neither is this one, but this one is too. Uh oh. I think that was me that messed up that time.
Yeah, I think you just
Oh.
turned your camera off.
Uh
Uh-oh, made me big.
hang on. My camera gets messed up, man. Every time I'm probably gonna have to dang it. If I touch the cord on the camera, it gets all jacked up. Hmm.
And that's something else I look for at the bins. I snag up RCA cables, HDMI cables, power supplies, AC adapters. I've got bins full of those things. So when I find that thing that doesn't have its power cord, I'll dig through my bins, and 9 times out of 10, I got it. While he is doing that, I'll switch back over to the YouTube. Oh, here he comes.
I'm trying.
Let's see, I have to switch back and forth so I can see the. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Let me
Okay, can
switch
you see
back.
me? Awesome.
Yeah, there you are.
Sorry about that. All right, so last hat. This is University of Missouri hat. It's called these bars. It's called the bar hat. So
Huh.
that would be a keyword. But
That's
you
a new one
also
on
want to
me.
yeah, you also want to get trying to show the logo. I suck at this. The game, this is a valuable brand to look out for. The game, vintage, this one's made in Taiwan, Republic of China, but still good. I want to say 50 or 60 bucks right here. Probably low end $30 or so. So yeah.
Isn't Taiwan one of those places that's no longer a major manufacturing hub,
Yeah, that's how
sort
you
of like
know it
Hong
was
Kong?
vintage. Yep. Let's see, let's see. Oh, saw some of those hats in your video. Super cool. Yep, yep. The white hat that I just showed, I got at a yard sale a couple weeks ago. 50 cents. 50 cents into maybe $30 lowest. I got
See,
35% off hat sale going on, trying to clean out some inventory. Let's go. Sell those hats, bro.
I just a couple of months back, I picked up a genuine ship's hat for the USS Eisenhower. My
Oh,
dad
wow.
was a plank owner on the Eisenhower. He
Really?
Yeah, and I remember as a little kid getting to go on the ship and get underway with it. But there was a guy, he had like this massive model of the ship, and he also had one of the
Mm,
ship's hats,
that's pretty
and
cool,
it
man.
had the scrambled eggs on it. And guy absolutely would not let me buy the hat unless I also bought the model. And the
Wow. How
model
much was
was
he wanting
falling
for it?
apart.
Oh,
I think I
he
ended
just
up
wanted to get
spending
rid
like
of that
30
thing.
bucks just to get that hat.
Yeah, that's it's tough because sometimes people just they got a real strong attachment to things, man.
Yeah.
And this Q says, I thought I listed all my hats, but come across a tote of at least 60 unlisted, mostly vintage hats in my death pile yesterday. Is that
Okay. Okay.
the mug for it?
I have a pair of these that my dad
Let me
gave me.
put you on
Called them.
solo. Hang on.
All
Hang.
right. This is a pair
Okay.
of tankards, mugs, whatever that my dad got
Hmm.
when they commissioned the ship, or he bought
Okay.
them out of the ship's store or whatever.
So that's
But
the
I have
original
them.
real deal then.
Yeah.
Hmm. How much are those going for? Or are those not for sale?
Oh, they're not for sale at all.
Okay. I didn't think so. Uh, Tiffany found at least 15 hats also. Thank goodness hats don't take long to list. 60 is a lot. 60 is a lot. Hats are quick to list and they don't take up much space. I got like a tote with 150 plus hats in there. So if I could sell all hats, I would, but the market for hats isn't broad enough for me to make a living from them. Nice NRA hat. Yeah, thanks. I found that at the bins last week. Just walking to the bathroom, seen it sitting there in a bin. Somebody just must have thrown it back because we are getting ready to leave. Uh, what's going on here, man? Okay.
I'm here.
I can get through the. Yeah, I somehow closed my screen out. I don't know how that happened. I can get them. I'll get through them in one day, thankfully. So yeah, man. I don't know what you got planned for your YouTube channel, but everyone that's here, it would be great if you guys can go down to the description and follow Rob's channel. It's the first line in the description. Maybe give him some support, follow him on Instagram as well. Definitely, support the community, guys. That's what we're all about here. At least on this channel, we are. John, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, Bama.
My guy. Uh, yeah. So, anything you want to promote real fast? Anything you got coming up you want the people to know about?
You'd probably be better off to follow me on Instagram than YouTube right now. But on YouTube, I do plan on doing more. I'm planning on doing a live show myself once a week, and those will be on
Hmm.
Wednesday nights at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So I have one
Okay.
tomorrow night. And as soon as somebody can teach me how to edit video, I may start doing some long form videos for YouTube.
Okay.
But I'll
Uh.
always have shorts and reels and post on it on Instagram pretty much daily.
Okay. That's what's up, man. The editing, I I don't really have much advice for you. I use a GoPro, and what I do is I'll press the button to record. I'll
Right,
record in clips, and then I turn it off when I'm done with the clip. That way, I
right,
don't really have to edit out too much. All I'll have to do is like edit out a a blooper, like if I'll mess up or I'll stumble and sound like a
right.
dummy. I'll just cut that part out, and I try to keep it real simple, man.
I
Uh,
used to do a lot of videos for I started on YouTube, and then when Facebook would allow you to do videos, I would do them
Yeah.
there. But I would just take 2 or 3 takes until I got it all in one take, and that's the video because I can't take 2 clips and join
Right.
them together and make one video out of them.
Okay, well, if you get some software or anything that you're trying to do it with, you can reach out to me and I'll help you in any way that I can.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
yeah, no problem, man, for sure. Little
All
Miss
right.
Q says you're a wealth of knowledge for or a wealth of information for sure. And Hillary dropped your link. Thank you, Hillary. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's gonna do it for
Thank
this
you.
video, guys, or this live stream, guys. Really appreciate your time that you spent here. This is time you can't get back, so it definitely means a lot to me. Um, Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell notification, leave a thumbs up, and if you are not, new here, thanks for coming back. Catch you guys on the next one. But until then, let's make this cash, guys.